All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Instant Authority Blueprints 21 Days to Launch Self-Publishing Masterclass. Tonight, we're going to share with you how you can write, publish, and launch your own wildly successful book in as little as 21 days. Even if you hate writing and failed high school English like yours truly. Yes, I failed a semester of high school English and had to go to summer school as my freshman year, ladies and gentlemen. But that did not stop me from writing 2 books, and I'm actually working on a 3rd, and also publishing an ebook as well. So I'm super stoked that you guys are here, coming to hang out with yours truly tonight. This is going to be fun-filled, and hopefully we're going to break down some barriers as it relates to what it takes to become a self-published author. Is it even worth it? Yeah, we're going to hit all of those things tonight. So let's get into it. If you, my friend, have any distractions going on right now, now will be a great time for you to either silence your cell phones or put them on mute. I wouldn't dare tell you to turn your phones off. I am the father of 5 beautiful sons, so I know that that'd be too much to ask, and it's okay. But if you can eliminate as many distractions as you can, that would be a great thing. And just give me your undivided attention for the next 35 to 45 minutes. So let's set the record straight. I'm guessing for most of you, this is not your first webinar. So let me be crystal clear. If you failed at self-publishing in the past and you started writing or you started writing your book and can't seem to get it finished, it is not your fault. There's a lot of information out there and it can be quite confusing. Information overload can paralyze just about anybody. So don't beat yourself up too bad. I want you to leave the past behind, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been concerned in the past that you haven't been able to get your book done, I want you to leave that in the past. You're in a different place right now. You're a different person right now. And you can do this. You just need the right person to explain to you how it can be done. So the big publishing companies want you to believe that you need them to approve and validate your work, right? Or that you must be famous or have a ton of credentials behind your name to even put out a book. I'm here to tell you that they are wrong, my friends. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it's just not true. So yes, I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. If you've ever thought that these big companies intentionally make publishing seem hard because they want you to fail, you're probably right. Remember, they don't make a dime from you successfully publishing your own book. In addition to that, when you self-publish, they don't get to control the narrative, which is even a bigger problem for them. There's a reason that the same old story seems to get published over and over. The same way that in hip hop, there's only one type of music that seems to get all of the love. But that's why we're here. So I know you have a dream to change the world and make an impact with your story. As a coach, consultant, creative, influencer, or entrepreneur, I'm sure you've already got something going. You got the tools, you got the services, you got the products. Problem is, more people need to know who you are, and I want to help. So my goal for this presentation is for 2 types of people. For my experienced coaches, consultants, online entrepreneurs, I want to help you get to the next level. I don't know exactly what that is for you, but increasing your reach, your impact, attracting more of your ideal customers will help you make more money with less effort. Now, wouldn't that be nice? And adding published author will do that and much more. But even if you're brand new as a coach or an online entrepreneur and you're just getting started, becoming a published author will allow you to get right in the mix. You'll skip JV and go straight to varsity and take your industry or your niche by storm. Real quick, if you stick around to the end, I do have a free gift for you that will help you get results even faster, but you got to stick around to the end of today's presentation. So again, my goal for the masterclass is that if you don't get anything else tonight, get this. In order to dramatically increase your authority, you need to become a self-published author. If your goal is to do it sooner than later, the only way to launch an authority brand around your book in as little as 21 days is with the Instant Authority Blueprint, 21 days to launch. So what makes this different, right? It's more than just a book, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody can publish a book. And if you do, it will increase your authority, even if it's an ebook. The key is, will you know how to leverage that authority? As far as I know, we're the only system that includes publishing, branding, and an independent book selling machine that works on automation, where your new book and authority brand must be properly integrated into what you already do so that it's an enhancement and not a distraction. So who the heck am I? I'm H. Cortez, aka the one and only financial health mentor, founder of Thornton Online Marketing. It's a digital marketing firm. We do a lot of business to business work, but we also help individual solopreneurs increase their authority. I'm a top producer in the direct sales industry, branding and marketing specialist, and of course, a self-publishing coach. So let me just help you understand something, people. The struggle is real, right? About 6 years ago, I was a broke entrepreneur. And for those of you who are confused about a entrepreneur, is when you want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't really got a whole lot going on, right? That's when you think you're an entrepreneur and you don't really know what you're doing. You ain't making no money, but you're telling everybody that you are in business. Don't get me wrong, that phase is very necessary, but it is painful nonetheless. I was introduced to the network marketing space, the MLM world, the pyramid business scheme, whatever you want to call it, in my early 20s. And the first time I saw those circles on the whiteboard, I was absolutely hooked. And they taught me the meaning of residual income, and I literally fell in love with the industry. I sat in that room imagining what it would feel like to have the option to roll out of bed or roll over in bed and keep on sleeping and not have that decision affect my income or my lifestyle. How many of you guys can relate? So all I wanted to do, though, is I just wanted enough residual income to be able to take my wife and kids on exotic trips a few times per year. I wanted to build generational wealth to leave a legacy for my descendants to the tune of at least $100 million, right? What I didn't know about MLM when I got started in the industry is that everybody thinks it's a scam, and none of my family joined me, right? How many of you guys can relate to that? Except for my mom, of course. She joined every business that I ever got in, and a lot of times she was my only customer too. And needless to say, I didn't make any money early on. Maybe my $10 residual, my residual was $10 per month, but nevertheless, I kept pushing, kept striving. You see these beautiful faces on this screen. This is the reason that I did not give up. So, wait a minute. Did I skip all the way back? Yes, I did. All right. So that went on for about 15 years, to be honest with you guys. I was reading the books and I was going to the meetings, and I was growing on the inside, and it was showing up on my job as I was getting promotions. I was put in leadership positions, but at the end of the day, I was afraid as heck of talking to people, right? And that was my problem, right? I was afraid of talking to people. And by that time, my wife was getting pretty fed up. It's hard to watch someone you believe in struggle because they don't believe in themselves, right? And that's painful. And I know being an introvert in MLM I knew it would have been hard, but I didn't understand exactly how uncomfortable I was with talking to strangers. And to be honest, I was just about ready to quit and give up. Fast forward to 2015. I'm posting, AKA spamming on Facebook and in Facebook groups, and somebody jumped into my inbox. And this young lady, when she jumped in my inbox, she introduced me to an organization called the Extra Digit Movement, founded by Brian N. Bean via his YouTube channel. She shared with me some videos, and not only did I see myself having success in that business model, I saw myself having success doing it the way that he was doing it, right? I love that he was doing videos, right? He was talking about the things that I was passionate about, and I thought to myself that, you know what, I can do that. So I partnered with him and followed his lead with video marketing. And that was right up my alley because I could talk to people, but they couldn't talk back. And that's kind of how I am still to this day, man. I do a video in a heartbeat, but I won't go introduce myself to a stranger. Don't ask me why and don't judge me, right? So basically, following his lead, I ended up starting a video series called a Financial Health Traffic Report. And as you can see, that was 6 years ago. And I got a couple of videos out there that did well. A lot of them didn't. But what it did do is it helped me build some authority, right? See, and it wasn't long after that, those videos came out, that someone joined my team without talking to me first, which is pretty much unheard of in the network marketing industry, right? And when I asked what made him join, he said, you know what? As I was doing my research, your videos just kept popping up everywhere I turned, right? And that's when I had my first real aha moment. I realized that with authority, you don't have to chase people. Instead, you attract people, right? So I asked myself, how can I create even more authority? And that's when the idea popped into my head that I can write a book based on the video series. And that's what I did. So I took the content that I was putting in my video series and I turned it into a book called Financial Health Traffic Report, Overcoming the Roadblocks Keeping You from Your Financial Destination, right? I was hyped, like, yes, I'm about to write a book. The video series gave me enough credibility to set myself apart from others in not only my company, but I was setting myself apart from others in the entire MLM industry. Then writing a book was going to change the game for me. And then I remembered, wait a minute, I don't know the first thing about writing a book. All I knew was that when I said it, though, it felt right in my spirit. And when I told my wife, she didn't even flinch. For the first time in a while, I felt that feeling that I often get when I tell her one of my bright ideas. There's a way that she looks at me sometimes that makes me feel like I can do anything, like I can literally take over the world. And that's the look that she had on her face when I told her that I was going to become a published author. There's two things that gave me confidence. Number one is YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. See, by this point, I had already seen a ton of YouTube videos, and I had YouTube just about everything. I had already had a few degrees from YouTube University, right? I learned how to do everything from lay floors to how to disassemble and reassemble almost everything on a car, and I am not a mechanic. So if it could be YouTube, then I could do it. But even before YouTube, in another life, I used to be a rapper, right? And when we started, we had the same questions that you probably have right now, which is why you're on this web class, right? You probably are thinking like, how are you gonna write a book, right? When we got started making music, people was like, how are you gonna start a label? How are you gonna get into the studio? How are you gonna get your CDs pressed, right? And I said another life, yes, we were actually pressing CDs back then, right? How are you gonna do your covers and all of that stuff, right? And as my mentor says, get the why and the what and the how will show up. And we had the why and the what when it came to hip hop and wanting to be a rap artist in a rap group. And I had the how and the what and the why to writing the book. So lo and behold, the how came. So the same phenomenon happened when we produced our first CD that happened when I wrote my first book. We had our CDs in the stores, and because of that, we end up opening up for just about every major act that came into the St. Louis area during that time, everyone from Goody Mom to the 2 Live crew, all the big shows that came to St. Louis, we were a part of the opening act. And it was largely because we had built some authority, because we had a CD on the store shelves where everybody else was just talking about, what they could do, but we had the actual proof, right? So what I learned through that process is that a book is a written conversation, right? I want y'all to get this formula, because some of us think that this thing is so hard. But a book is nothing more than a written conversation between you and your reader, eventually captured and formatted on a Word doc, converted into a PDF, printed in sequential order, bound with a face, a spine, and a back cover. And guess what? You have a book. It's made available for sale. And let me know, comment in the chat. Did you just have an aha moment? Did that just help you? See, we've been thinking that writing and publishing a book is incredibly hard. It's a written conversation between you and your reader, usually an answer to a question. Eventually, you get it on a Word doc, you get it formatted. Once it's formatted, you save it into a PDF so it can't be changed. Then you send it to a printer, it gets printed in sequential order. They put a cover, a spine, and a back cover, and you make it available for sale. That, my friend, is all that a book is. So it took roughly 6 months for me to figure out how to get the book published. But because of the authority and how I leveraged the authority, we went on to personally recruit over 350 people into that MLM company that we was with. And 95% of those people came to me. That's what I want you to get. The authority allowed us to attract people to us. I became one of the top online presenters that company had ever seen, which resulted in not only the 350 people that I personally recruited onto my team, but thousands of people joined that company because of my authority and my ability to present online. Even though I'm no longer with the company, I still get a residual check each and every single month. So most people have no idea how hard it is to become a top producer in the MLM industry. It is extremely difficult and almost impossible if you don't build a brand and some authority. So becoming a published author is a game changer that helped me fire my boss in October of 2016. So chances are you guys are not in an industry anywhere near as tough as direct sales or network marketing. However, whatever industry you're in, increasing your authority still applies. There's nothing wrong with chasing clients via social media, asking friends for clients, friends and clients for referrals, investing in paid advertising flat out works too when it's done correctly. But here's what I know, and some of you will admit it to yourself. There is a limited window that's closing every day. And you know, if you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to lead to burnout. So increasing your authority puts you into a position where instead of wearing yourself out chasing clients, they actually chase you. You attract opportunities to expand your reach, influence, and your impact, which means for you, you can make more money with less effort and put the fun back in your business. So this is a good friend of mine and co-host of one of my podcasts, Michelle A. She was ready to make a transition from corporate America and start her own coaching business. And one of the first things I advise her to do is, sis, you need to become a published author. And although she's a first-time author and a first-time coach, when she did her pre-sale of her book, which is something that we coach you to do, she sold more than 20 copies in her first 24 hours, booked 3 interviews, and scheduled her first in-person book signing, and was literally on fire. And I know that she has now gone on to sell out over 150 books so far, and she's just happy as she can be, and is constantly being asked to speak and bring her message to different organizations. Why? Because she has authority, right? So what we're going to cover over here in the next 45 minutes is how to get your book done in a week without writing a single word. We're going to talk about how to market and promote your book to tens of thousands of people each week, even if you have 0 followers right now. We're going to talk about how to leverage your newfound authority to sell more of your existing products and make more money with less effort. So the hard way, right? It took me roughly a week to write my next book. So in 2018, my financial health mentor brand had blown up. I was learning a ton of new strategies, but I was stuck at a crossroads. See, what I wanted to do was help more people become empowered economically. And I realized MLM was not the vehicle for everyone. So when I eventually evaluated my own journey, it boiled down to a simple statement. All I had done was basically monetize my life. I heard Trevor Ott of the Black CEO say one time, there's more in what you know than what you do. And what I was doing was content marketing and a style called attraction marketing, right? That's what I was doing. But I found out there's more money in what I know than what I was doing, right? So what I done was leverage the internet to build a successful brand around something that I was passionate about. So I wrote my second book called Monetize My Life. Although I wrote it in a little over a week, it wasn't until I was at the end that I realized I was doing it the hard way. This is what I call the easy way, right? I was pretty serious about my financial health mentor business, but I also wanted to become one of the top online marketing coaches too. I started following this guy to learn content marketing named Ping Jun. I watched this training he did on stage at a big marketing event, and I thought it was super dope. A few weeks later, I saw him promoting a book that outlines the exact formula that I saw him doing on stage. And I was like, man, no wonder he was so good at that presentation, because he wrote a book on that formula. But when I tell you I was dead wrong, I was surprised about what I learned next. See, the reason I was able to write Monetize My Life in roughly a week was because I had been teaching those concepts via Facebook live stream for a few weeks. So the information was fresh and it literally just flowed out of me, right? As I was binge watching some of Ping Jun's content on his Facebook channel, or his YouTube channel, I heard him say how he took the presentation that I saw him do on that stage in front of a crowd of thousands of people. He handed it to a ghostwriter and the book was done. He literally wrote a book without writing a single word. Man, if you just had an aha moment, then I need you to drop a comment in the chat, right? While it didn't take me long to physically write my second book, I could have just as easily had the transcripts of my Facebook Live sent to a ghostwriter, and boom, I could have had a book just as easy. Now, I realize everybody has a book inside of them, but some of you already have a book done just about. See, listen, as a coach, consultant, you know your methods, you have your strategies, you know what's working for your clients, you have your content, and you know this like the back of your hand. You may, in fact, already have a ton of it recorded somewhere, right? If you record your coaching calls, if you've done teleseminars, if you've done webinars, if you've done workshops, especially virtually in this COVID situation, you might already have a ton of content that's already ready to become a book. So now that you know that you can actually write a book without writing a book, who just had another aha moment, right? So marketing your book to thousands. And this is the part that scares most people. Cortez, I'm with you. I hear you. I got a book inside of me. I know the content that I want to write about, like the back of my hand, but I'm afraid that I'm going to go through all that work of writing the book and nobody's going to buy it. I don't have anybody to sell it to. I don't have a big following. My friend, did you know that there are over 2 million podcasts online as of January 2021? Yes. You're probably saying, well, Cortez, what does that have to do with me? That means that there are thousands that speak directly to your audience already. The bottom 98% of these podcasts are all starving for quality guests with authority, the same type of authority that you get, you guessed it, when you become a published author, right? As a host of a growing podcast myself, I get emails that look like this every single day. The entire point of this email is to get their first guest on my show. So the email reads as this: Hey, Cortez, I've been listening to episodes of the Cortez Hustle Show recently, and I have to say that it's good content. You're doing a great job. It did get me thinking that Tom Keating, as someone who could be an excellent guest for your show. Of course, Tom's an expert in finance, but he can also talk about several other subjects. But I want you to notice who this email is from. It is from Karen Fleming, a podcast booking agent. So what does that mean? She has a lot of people with authority, and her sole job is to get those people booked on podcasts. Yep. So that means you could have someone working for you to get you booked on podcasts. And I will tell you, there's nothing I love more than receiving one of these emails and realizing that, hey, this person would be an excellent guest on my show. So they'll hit me up with a ton of their roster who they also believe would be a good fit for my show, because their job is to get their people exposure. And I absolutely love getting emails like this. It doesn't need to come from a booking agency either. Ladies and gentlemen, you can literally take a model of this email and send it out to podcast hosts yourself. Check this one out. This one says, Cortez, after digging in a bit, following and listening to your content, I think my unique take on story, branding, culture, and leadership will resonate with your podcast audience. If you are accepting new pitches for guests, I invite you to check out my LinkedIn and see my one sheet. Well, looky. This is the actual talent himself, pitching himself to be on my podcast, right? Podcast hosts don't care if these requests come from booking agents or not. We want to know, all we want to know is, are you interesting? Do you have any credibility? And can you offer value to my audience? And if you've gone through the process of writing a book, then you absolutely have the authority, you're interesting, and you can bring and deliver value to an audience. Then he sent me his one sheet. This is a look at his one sheet. And that email was a link to the one sheet. This basically gives me a full background on him, including potential topics, links to past interviews, as well as all of his social media handles. Now imagine if he was a published author, in addition to sending me all of this, and he had a copy of his book on there as well. That would make him stand out even more. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 million podcasts out there, and you can be on 1 or 2 of them every single week easily, right? See, every podcaster is part of a community of podcasters. Just by being booked, you're going to get exposed to a new audience, right? Now, it's your job when you get booked to wow them on that interview. And then you're going to get pick up new followers because you wowed them via your call to action, right? Because every podcast host, at the end of every one of my podcasts, I ask my guests, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, right? Now, every time I'm interviewed, I ask 2 questions. I ask, how can I service the host? And I might pick up the host as a client. I also asked, is there any other podcast you recommend me to get on? Try to think about that. You have your book, you have your one sheet, you're going to send that to a few dozen podcasts, you're going to get on a few, you're going to wow their audience, and at the end, you're going to ask them off the air, how can I serve you? Oh, and by the way, is there any other podcast you recommend that I can get on? I guarantee you they have at least one or two that's going to come to mind immediately. And you do the same thing, but this time you have a competitive advantage. You send them your request and you can say, podcast host XYZ recommended me. Now you have somewhat of a glowing endorsement. That's how you create circular virality. Now, after seeing just this one strategy, is marketing and selling your book still a concern for you? It should not be. You get on one or two of the right podcasts, you can sell dozens of books every single week. And you can do that every week for the rest of your life and still not get on all of the podcasts that are in your niche. So, how do you leverage your newfound authority to make more money with less effort? I don't know if you guys know this gentleman right here, one of my all-time favorite sales coaches, Mr. Myron Golden. He's one of the most successful sales coaches on the planet. He wrote the book From the Trash Man to the Cash Man, where he taught how he went from making $6 per hour to making millions using the internet. Now, in his sales training, he teaches how he leveraged the book to scale his business. One of the first things he did after writing the book was get a press release to his local papers. They did a huge write-up about his book and his success, which caused him to have even more success, right? And even to this day, if you order his book, he sends you a copy of that press release, and that press release is nearly 20 years old, but he's still leveraging the authority of that big write-up, right? So a few weeks ago, though, I was listening to him on the Social Proof podcast, and he said something that literally floored me. He said, how many of you already know that you're the best at what you do? And that was a question I asked. Listen, I know that I'm one of the best digital marketing coaches on the planet. I know I'm one of the best at building brands around a branded book for a particular niche. I know that I'm one of the best, right? Then he asked another question. If you're the best, no one expects you to be the cheapest. And if you're the cheapest, no one is going to believe that you're the best. Now, how many of you guys just had an aha moment? What does that mean? One of the first things that you can do to leverage your newfound authority as a published author is raise your prices, right? How many of you can admit that you got on this webinar, that before you got on this webinar, and before you heard me talking about Myron Golden, that you've been selling yourself short? How many, after hearing Myron's statement about being the best, know without a doubt you're going to raise your prices, but you're afraid, right? Here's how you make more money with less effort. And this is why you should not be afraid to raise your prices. Because here's what most people think. If I double my prices, Cortez, I'm going to lose half my clients. Well, if you got 10 clients at $100, then you're making $1,000. If you double your prices to $200 and lose half your clients, you got 5 clients at $200 making the same $1,000, but you're doing half the work, people. When you publish a book, you're expected to increase your prices. Believe it or not, higher prices attract better clients. You think you're doing people a favor by charging low prices, but you're actually hurting them. See, the less people pay, the less they pay attention. they don't pay attention, they don't take action. They don't take action, they don't get results, and then they blame you and want to drag your name through the mud and make it your fault that they're not winning. Now, how many of you guys just had an aha moment right now? So now that you know that being a published author can help you make more money with less effort, who's excited? Who just got excited? Who feels more confident about getting their book published right now? Let me know in the chat, right? I showed you one of the many methods to get a book done in a week. I showed you one of the fastest ways to market your book to thousands of people each week. You've seen one of 5 ways adding published author to your brand can make you more money with less effort. Do you believe that adding the authority of published author can take you and your brand to the next level? So be honest though, some of you guys may feel like this. Cortez, I'm a little overwhelmed, my friend. And that's not even the tip of the iceberg, right? Some of you guys think it's impossible for me to break it all down. But there's a gazillion ways adding published author to your brand can bring you value, but I can't give it all to you in this little bit of time. So if it's okay with you, I like to spend just 10 minutes going over a special offer I created to help you publish and launch your book in the next 21 days. Is it cool? All right. And no, I did not forget about your free gift if you hang around to the end. I promise this free gift is worth the wait. So, as I mentioned, we're the only self-publishing program that addresses all 3 phases to ensure that you succeed with your book project. Week 1, it's all about you and your target audience. You'll clarify your target, build or strengthen your brand, and lay the foundation for success. Week 2, you'll pull your book project together and get the bulk of your manuscript done. Choose your title and your book cover. Week 3, we build your marketing strategy and build out your automated book selling machine so you'd be ready for pre-sale and also your ultimate book launch. Week 4, we finish your final draft formatted for print and global distribution. In week 5, we prepare for your official launch, be it virtual or in person or a combination of the 2. That's what the Instant Authority Blueprint 21 Days to Launch is all about. So here's what you're going to get in the 21 Days to Launch self-publishing course. Number 1, you get 5 weeks of coaching to write, publish, and launch your book. You're going to get daily assignments and weekly support calls. You're going to get your ISBN number for both your print book and your ebook. You're going to get your book cover design for both your print and your ebook as well. You're going to get your global distribution set up. And yes, that does include your book being on popular booksellers like Amazon, Walmart.com, Target.com, and the likes. You're going to get help with your pre-sale campaign so that your pre-sale raises the money for your print copies of your book, as well as the funds you need for your marketing materials to host your in-person book signing or your virtual book signing, however you choose to go. Then you're going to get your book launch campaign for your in-person virtual book launch or your in-person book launch. Then you're going to get a customized marketing strategy designed to leverage your strengths, right? You don't have a cookie cutter marketing method that you use because everybody's had different strengths and weaknesses. So we take that into consideration, right? So here's the 21 Days to Launch self-publishing course with guided assistant. That is a $9,997 value total, right? But in addition to that, we're going to get your custom done for you sales funnel in place so that you have a system, right, So it's going to be customized and branded for you with 90 days of free hosting, right? It includes your email autoresponder with unlimited email capacity. It includes your payment gateway integration, whether you use PayPal, Stripe, or some other integrated payment systems. You're going to be able to accept payments online and make it super easy for your customers to buy books from you, right? You're going to get your super checkout system, which includes bump sales, coupons, and even auction options and more to make it fun for your customers to purchase for you and that you can leverage and make more money. You're going to get your easy Facebook pixel integration for retargeting. So that's going to be set up for you. That's a $4,997 value. That is included. So you're going to get the 21 days to launch self-publishing course. You're going to get the custom done for you sales funnel with autoresponder. That's a total value of $14,994. But we're not stopping there, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to market and promote this book. And one of the worst things that you can do is have a beautiful book cover sitting on a raggedy flyer, right? So you're going to get our social media graphics bundle, right? That includes your custom branded Facebook cover that includes a picture of your big book cover and call to action. You're going to get your custom branded YouTube channel art. For those of you who are into marketing via video and YouTube, you're going to get that as well. You're going to get your custom flyer announcing your pre-sale and your soft launch. You're going to get your custom branded flyers announcing your official book launch when it's time for that. Then you're going to get a lifetime 50% discount on all future graphics through our parent company, Thornton Online Marketing. It's a total value of $1,497, ladies and gentlemen. So we put all that together. You got the 21 days to launch course, $9,997. You got the custom sales funnel of another $4,997. You got the custom graphic bundle, $1,497. Total value, guys, $16,491. But it doesn't stop there. If you're not already running a successful and profitable coaching business, then you're going to get our online coaching business course, so that if you're doing one-on-one coaching, nothing wrong with that. You're doing in-person coaching, nothing wrong with that. But when you take your coaching business digital, you take it online, you open up an unlimited income potential for yourself. So fast action bonus number one is the online coaching business course. You get a step-by-step guide to starting a profitable online coaching business with video. You're going to get how to choose the right coaching business that fits your style. That includes coaching business resource guide, best tools and platforms for your online coaching business. You're going to get the keys to pricing your services appropriately. We already talked about this. You're going to stop selling yourself short. You're going to get sample service agreements and contracts that you can use to in your online coaching business. That's a total value of $497, ladies and gentlemen. So 21 days to launch course, nearly a $10,000 value. The done for you funnel, nearly $5,000 value. The custom graphic bundle, $1,497 value. Then your bonus number one is an online coaching business, another $500 bonus added to you. So that's $16,988, ladies and gentlemen. But we won't stop there. Bonus course number two is your social success course and training. One of the things that a lot of authors have trouble with is leveraging the power of social media marketing. So with this course, you're going to get 27 social media success principles, ebook, and quick start guide. You're going to get a step-by-step video course walkthrough. You're going to get the expand your reach cheat sheet. You're going to get the social influence top 10 online tools and resources. You're going to get 10 articles every social entrepreneur needs to read. It's another $500 value, ladies and gentlemen. So with the course, with the funnel, with the graphics bundle, and the two bonus courses, we are now up to $17,485 in value. But wait, there's more, right? One of the things that we struggle with as entrepreneurs is traffic. What good is having a beautiful sales funnel with a beautiful book that can change people's lives if you don't know how to get people to it? So you're going to get our internet traffic school, and that's going to come with the Guide to Red Hot Targeted Traffic ebook and video course. You're going to get the top 10 free traffic source guide. You're going to get our secret hack to get free training from a 9-figure online entrepreneur, right? That is 100 million or more for those of you who can't put 9 figures together quick enough, right? I'm going to give you access to a secret hack where you can get some free training from a 9-figure online entrepreneur. Hot traffic at a glance checklist, right? Then you're going to get the 3 offline strategies to increase your online traffic. Nobody is teaching how to merge offline with online, but we are. That's another $500 value, ladies and gentlemen. So if we run the numbers, $10,000 for the course, $5,000 for the autoresponder, $1,500 for the graphic bundle, $500 for bonus number 1, online coaching course, bonus number 2, social media success, bonus number 3, internet traffic school, $17,982 is the value that we're offering here. But I've got one more special bonus for you guys. I know you're like, man, you're going to special bonus us to death, because here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. They say success leaves clues, and they are absolutely right. So we also have your fast start bonus. For those of you who take action tonight, you're going to get these bonuses. The Ultimate Success Template Vault. You're going to get our press release templates. These templates are what we use to get our students press, and tons of it. You're going to get our one-sheet template. I'm going to make it easy for you to update and create your own one-sheets. You're going to get our podcast guest interview request template, and not just one template, guys. There are a variety of templates in each one of these categories, so you can pick a style that fits for you. You're going to get our email follow-up sequence templates, over 100 email follow-ups that you can put in your autoresponder, so when someone buys your book, you continue to market to them over time. All you have to do is customize them a little bit with some of your links. And you're going to get our new templates are added each and every single month, guys, because guess what? Your boy is in the trenches. My team, we're all in the trenches. We're all testing things constantly. We're all using new tools, new tips, new strategies, new resources. And when those resources work, guess what? We put the templates inside of our template vault so that you can have access to them as well. This is a $297 value. So we run it all together. $10,000 for the self-publishing course, $5,000 for the funnel, $1,500 for the graphic bundle, $500 for your bonus number 1. If you take action tonight, this is going to be included. Another $500 for your social media success, another $500 for your internet traffic school, and then bonus number 4 is our Ultimate Success Template Vault, so that you don't have to go out and figure out how to create all of this stuff on your own. And then bonus number 5, ladies and gentlemen, you get lifetime access to this material, which is literally priceless, because guess what? You're going to get this first project done. You're going to market the bejesus out of it. You're going to make a ton of money. It's going to help elevate your brand. And guess what? Next year, you might be ready to write another book, and you don't have to go pay someone else to show you the process. You come back to the same portal. It's going to constantly be getting updated. You're going to go through the information again for your next project, and your project after that, and your project after that. And the hits just keep coming. Total value, $18,278, ladies and gentlemen. So we look at the final course price, everything that you're going to get. You're going to get the course. You're going to get the custom funnel. You're going to get the graphics bundle. You're going to get the online coaching business bonus. You're going to get the social media success course bundle. You're going to get the internet traffic bonus. You're going to get the traffic vault. You're going to get lifetime access for everything, ladies and gentlemen. You can get it tonight for $2,997. See, my team and I wrestled over this price for a very long time. And we looked at what other book publishers were charging for less, and we figured that we could do better. So I wanted to literally put something together that will be less than what everybody else is charging and deliver way more. So $2,997 is what we settled on as this final price. That's the official price. But guess what? If all we did was help you launch a dope book and you sold 150 copies at $20, you make your money back. If you're charging $100 per hour now, and you apply what you learned in this strategy and you double your prices, that's just 15 clients and you get your money back. Those are just 2 of 20 plus ways that you can make money from your book. Now, didn't forget about your free gift, ladies and gentlemen, but I want you to know something, right? How many of you guys can honestly see the value that becoming a published author brings to your world? How many of you can honestly see that we are massively over delivering when it comes to this course and all of the bonuses? What if I told you that I could let 10 of you guys get started for half of that price? Would it make sense? Would you think I am absolutely nuts? Right? Is that what you would think? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do you even one better than that. See, I need your help. And I'm going to be completely honest and transparent. We got our first group of students inside the Instant Authority Blueprint right now. And that first group has loved the program. Books are coming out, churning left and right. But I need another handful of students to go through and put another set of eyeballs on this thing to help us make it absolutely perfect. So here's the deal. While becoming a published author is a proven strategy for building authority, the system I'm using is not perfect just yet. This course is placed inside of a brand new system that I need help testing. In exchange for helping me test the new system, I'm willing to let you get everything that we discussed, right? Everything, all the bonuses, lifetime access, everything that we discussed, the entire value of over $18,000, my friend, I'm willing to let you test drive this system, give me the feedback, let's make it perfect together. In the process, you're getting your book launched in as little as 21 days. That means literally before the end of next month, you could be a published author. And I want to help you do that. $750. That's right. Not half of what the course will ultimately land at. We're talking half of that. But you got to take action fast. I cannot let more than 10 people into this program at this price. I just can't, right? Because I'm going to work my team to death if I do. The first 10 people who are serious about making this move, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to text keyword publish to 314-874-6887. I'm sorry, text keyword publish 750 to 314-874-6887. Again, text keyword publish 750 to 314-874-6887. And I want to get you rolling either with a one payment of $750 or 3 easy payments of $250 every 2 weeks for the next 6 weeks. We'll talk about which program you want to get started on, and I'll send you the appropriate links. So I need you to do me a huge, huge favor. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, because you have literally taken the first step to transforming your life, adding authority to your brand, and all you have to do is take one more step and let's complete the cycle. Again, text your name and keyword publish 750 to 314-874-6887. But you got to do it quickly. I don't know how many other people are going to be sending me that text message. The first 10, I want to lock them in at that price. You're going to get your book done in as little as 21 days. So I appreciate you guys all for giving me your undivided attention. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up.